always kind of bonded over that. He's big into his faith as well. Actually, back home, my church, 1122, Joby Martin, he's one of my favorite preachers, and me and Coach Jordan have recently been talking about him a lot. So I think it's huge. It's something that everyone, in my opinion, should invest in a lot of time, and it helps you in every aspect of your life. So faith is huge to me.
What's it like to be able to talk to your coach about stuff like that, away from football?
Yeah, I mean, it's sad to see some kids don't have that opportunity to talk to their coaches about that, but I mean, having that kind of outlet, it's amazing for some kids and players, especially with all we go through mentally and injuries and things of that nature. Like, having an outlet is something huge for us men to talk about.
Yeah, well, speaking of your injury, you just said you got cleared. What was your reaction when you heard the news?
Yeah, I mean, I was more than excited, but at the same time, I was like, all right, back to work. Like, we got to go now, because, I mean, as y'all know, I wasn't able to do spring ball and all that, so I've got a little bit of catching up to do, but, I mean, I feel like I'm ready going into camp. I feel great and ready to roll.
How much were you able to do, during recovery to kind of keep your body in shape?
Yeah, I did a lot of work with the strength staff, doing bikes and different things of that nature when I couldn't run, but I mean, as soon as I was able to start running again, I was out there on the field with those guys doing tempos and things of that nature, because that was the biggest thing, is trying to make sure I could maintain the same type of conditioning while I wasn't able to exactly run. So they got me right though.
Then going through a lot of that adversity last year, how do you think that's prepared you as a leader going into this season?
Yeah, I mean, mentally it's made me a lot stronger. I know I can push through a lot more than I thought I could, but as far as the knee goes, it feels great. I feel like I've taken a step back from a leader and got to see things from a different perspective. So I built a great connection with all the guys, new guys that we have gotten in the transfer portal. So I'm really excited for that and ready for the season.
The first major injury you had when you were here?
I mean, I've had a few meniscus scopes. I think I had 2 or 3 before, but those were previous fall camps, but nothing crazy. This was like the biggest one I've had. So.
How did you kind of deal with the fact you couldn't play for half the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was very tough at the beginning. I actually tore my ACL on my dad's birthday, so that was a rough phone call. And just knowing how much they've poured into me, my family and everything, and then their support after I got hurt, knowing that everything was going to be okay, they were in my corner. I kind of felt like I had let them down in a sense, even though I knew there was nothing I could really do to control it. I just knew that from that day forward, there was nothing I was going to let anyone do to kind of stop me from where I wanted to go. So I just put my head down and continued to work, continued to do all the right things to heal my knee, and I feel like I've prepared the right way, and I'm going to be ready to go.
Sorry, go ahead.
Freak accident practice. Take us through kind of.
Yeah. So it was just going into Syracuse. I mean, it was maybe a Monday or a Tuesday practice. So it was more up-tempo, physicality-wise, and we were just one-on-one pass rush against the running backs like we've done since I've gotten here. And I was pass rushing against Jordan Waters, and I went to spin inside, and he just kind of pushed my shoulder with my foot planted in the ground, and it just kind of over-rotated me, and I just felt a little pop in my knee. And at first I was scared, but I like kind of stood up on it, and I was like, oh, I'm all right. And then it started swelling up, and I started to get a little worried. But yeah, that's kind of how it went down. It was just a freak incident. I mean, just 2 guys competing, and it happens. That's what you sign up for when you want to play football. And I mean, it's a tough sport, but I love it. So.
Caden, what's it been like? Go ahead.
In this new revenue sharing era, I wonder how NC State approached you, how you approached them when it came time to have that discussion about what revenue sharing you get.
Yeah, like I've been telling everyone, I mean, I came to NC State when NIL wasn't really a thing, and I got into college when NIL wasn't a thing, and to be honest, if I didn't get paid any money, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't change my love for the game. So that's what I try to tell these young guys, is it's such a blessing just to even be here and be able to play football. Like, that's another thing I took away from my injury, was like the game of football means a lot more than the money ever does. So I just try to focus those kids in onto that being able to play this sport of football is so much more of a blessing than trying to worry about money.
So you not worry about it at all?
No, I mean, we had conversations about it, but there was no arguments, pressing the issue. Yeah, none of that. I was like, they were like, here's what we're going to give you. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Is there anything that you were able to do with that money? I'm not asking how much you got paid, but something that you talked about how much your parents have poured into you.
Yeah.
Something you were able to do that was like, man, I didn't think this was going to happen at this point in my life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I never dreamed of getting paid that much money at this young of an age, and my parents have told me that I'm very grateful for it, and I'm ahead of a lot of people at my age, so I'm very thankful for that. But as far as spending it wise, doing all that, nah, I mean, I've actually got an advisor that works with a lot of the NC State players, and I'm trying to just save all that money right now and save it for when I'm retired and done.
Kane, what has it just been like with the two new coordinators on your side of the ball specifically?
Yeah, it's been great. Coach Elliott has been great since he's got here. His defensive mind is way further ahead than anyone I've ever really talked to. He's such a smart guy, so it's just been cool kind of learning from him, seeing how they did things at the highest level at the Eagles, and now he's bringing it to us. It's awesome to learn. And I mean, those linebackers they had there at Philadelphia for a while, they were some real dudes. So watching their films, Coach Elliott showing us those techniques they use, and then even the new scheme, I think we're going to be able to do a lot of good things. The simulated pressures, kind of confusing quarterbacks, different from the 3-down where we could kind of get locked into a call. Now we got so much going on to where we can make checks and change things. So I'm very excited for it and think it'll help.
I think kind of in a similar vein, how valuable is it to work with Coach Isaiah Moore now, someone who's played here and knows what it means to play linebacker in NC State?
Yeah, that's another big thing. My freshman year was when Zay was here as well, and he was the leader on this team. So I really got to see what it was like. I mean, he was a dude on this team, someone I looked up to, and I still look up to him. I mean, he was an amazing player, and the way he played the game and went about his business, I always admired. And that's something I want to try to continue to bring at NC State, and that's the standard for this defense. So having him as a coach now, it's very easy to relate to someone like that because he understands, he's done it, he's been through it, where a lot of these coaches, I mean, they never really played at the college level, they're just really smart. So having someone out there who can relate to us on that type of level, it's big time.
Coming off the injury too, I mean, how excited are you to get out there and get back on the field?
Oh, I mean, I can't wait. I was thinking about it. Even before I got cleared, I was trying to get Justin to kind of let me do some more physical things before I was supposed to. But no, I can't wait. I love this game so much. It's given me and my family so much. So I can't wait to get out there and play again. I'm so excited for this season.
Talked to CJ just a little bit ago. He said people are doubting you guys. Why do you think people are doubting this team?
Yeah, I mean, might be some from the last year, but I mean, I'm not really worried about that. I know since I've gotten here, people have kind of doubted NC State, but I feel like we've proven ourselves a couple times. But I mean, there's still work to do. And I feel like we always come out with that chip on our shoulder. No matter what, we're going to come out and play ball, tough, physical, blue-collar football. And we don't care who you are. It could be anyone in the nation. We're going to come out and play NC State football.
To watch that bowl game and specifically how it ended from the sideline, I mean, how much has that motivated you and been on your mind going into this year and this rematch right off the bat?
Yeah, it was tough being on the sideline for all of those games, especially the last bowl game, because that's when I was really there with the guys after my surgery. But yeah, it was a tough experience. I can't wait for this first game coming up to get back at those guys. And like I said, though, like any team we play this year, it's going to be the same. We're going to prepare for them the same way we're coming out to play NC State football. But yeah, it was a tough time down there at the bowl game. So, but I think those guys gave it their all, and we're going to continue to do that, and we're ready to go.
How exciting will it be, like Thursday night prime time, to get the chance to wipe it clean like right off the bat? Yeah,
that's the goal. That's the plan. I mean, we're going to come out there and give them our best shot like we always will every week. But yeah, I'm just excited for that first game. Carter Finley's going to be rocking. I know the fans are going to be there ready to go, so I can't wait.
Then even though you only played 6 games last year, you're still the team's second returning tackler. How much are you looking forward to making an impact over a full season on the field this year?
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. Last year I was off to a pretty good start, and I wish I could have finished it, obviously. But I mean, yeah, I don't really care too much about the individual goals. I just want to go out there and succeed as a team and as a unit. You know, I want to give NC State what they want, and that's to win, to be a top school in the nation. So that's my biggest goal for this year, is just making sure we come out as a team and as a defense and show people what we're capable of.
We got a few returning veteran guys in that front seven. You yourself and Sean Brown in the linebacker group, and then Brandon Cleveland, really a force in the center of that defensive line. What have you seen from him over the course of this offseason? He prepares to take another big step this season.
Yeah, B. Cleve's a dude, especially with the 4-down stuff coming along. They're not going to be able to block that dude one-on-one, so I'm very excited to see that. And that goes for all those D-linemen. I mean, I know with the 3-down, they were getting double-teamed pretty much every play. So seeing guys like Cleve, Travali, Shirley, those guys up front doing their thing, I think it's going to be a lot of trouble for a lot of O-lines. And, I mean, if they start getting pressure, the quarterback's going to have to get the ball out quick, and then we're going to start getting them on their toes. So I'm very excited for Cleve, and he's prepared the D-line. He's been a great leader this offseason. He works his tail off every day, comes in and does everything the right way. So I can't wait to see him play.
Then having more of that forward down where the offensive line has more of their hands full with 4 defensive linemen, and then they've got to deal with y'all linebackers too. How much do you feel like you're going to be able to overwhelm defenses and really put pressure on the quarterback in the LA system here?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, like I said, the 4 down's kind of new to me, but seeing some of the things it does to offenses and especially quarterbacks with the type of pressures we're able to bring out of it kind of confuses them a lot. So I'm very excited. I think it'll be great for us.
You mentioned a little bit earlier at the podium about being able to grow in your faith over everything with last season, and then leaning on your family, leaning in on your coaches, leaning on your team. Just how valuable has it been to have so many different areas of support over the last few months?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't do it without everyone, without my relationship with God. That was the biggest thing, kind of buying into that real seriously when I got injured. I mean, I've always had a relationship with Christ, but just being able to lean on that, it was so huge for me in those times, because there was points when I was away from the guys after surgery where I couldn't travel and do those things. So it was tough, but also having my dad, my brothers, my mom, they were there the whole time, just kind of in my ear telling me, it's going to be all right. You were built to do this. So having that in my corner, I don't think there's no way I couldn't have got through it. So I'm very thankful for that.
Recovering through injury, I mean, almost a whole year now, both mentally and physically, what motivates you to keep moving forward?
Honestly, it's seeing kids like my older brother, other kids out there that aren't able to play this sport. Just given the opportunity to be able to play in general is so huge to me. I can't, and then being injured like we talked about, I've seen what it's like to not be able to play this game, and when you love it so much and not be able to play it, there's no worse feeling in the world. So just knowing every day I wake up, I better give it my all, because you never know truly when it could be your last day, your last practice, and it's such a special game. So I'm so grateful to have it.
Talk about your leadership role. Coming in, like freshmen coming in, what do you tell them? What kind of advice you give them? They worry about the NIL, they also worry about playing time. What kind of advice do you give them?
Yeah, I mean, I tell them no, honestly, because that's the biggest thing everyone talks about is NIL, which is, I hate it, but just telling them, you better come in and work and put your head down. You ain't got to talk, you ain't got to do all that at first. Just come in and work, put your head down and grind every day. And these older guys, they'll see that. They notice everything that goes on around in the locker room and everything of that nature, and then perform on the field. That's the biggest thing. If you go out there and make plays, you're going to earn the respect of the coaches and the players, which is the biggest thing. And the coaches, they always going to play the best 11. So no matter what, if you just come in, work, don't worry about the money, the accolades, all that. That will come if you put in the work. So that's the biggest thing. Just put your head down and grind.
How radically different was your younger brother's recruitment compared to yours?
Oh, it was a lot.
Just because of all the changes in college football?
I was recruited during COVID too, so it was a little bit different. I wasn't able to visit everywhere, which he was, and I mean, he was a higher recruit than me. He had a lot of offers, so he went a bunch of different places. NIL was a big thing for him, but I told him, like I tell all the young kids that come in today, I was like, you got to go where your heart's happy. Even if football ends tomorrow, you got to know you're happy at that school. So that was kind of the biggest thing I told him. Don't come to NC State, don't go to Florida State because I played here, Dad played at Florida State. Go where you're happy. Where if football ends, you'll be happy there too, where you feel like it's the best fit. So it was definitely different for him. There's a lot more going on in his world. It was a lot harder, but he's going to get through it. He's doing a good job.
I was going to ask you about your dad.
Yeah.
Does he have a favorite story about why you picked FSU?
Nah, I mean, he never really told us. I mean, he grew up in Georgia, so it wasn't too far. His family was close. My grandpa and all of them were able to go watch him play. He was originally committed to Auburn, believe it or not, and then I don't remember what it was, but I think it was Bobby Bowden just got him. Like, he couldn't deny it. He loved the culture there. He had great friends there. Leon Fowler, one of his great buddies who played there as well. They were friends, so he was at Florida State at the time, so he just knew it was the spot. And plus, my mom, she went to Valdosta State, so he didn't want to be too far from her. So yeah, so I think that's why he chose it. And they had a great team there. I mean, they won a national championship during this time, so I see why he chose it.
Is it weird for you, like, you were always the young linebacker?
Yeah.
And now you're the old linebacker?
Yeah, it was weird, especially when I first got here. There were so many great older linebackers. I mean, we had Pete Wiz, Drake, Jalen Scott, Zay, Vi Jones, all those guys. But, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better situation to come into, especially just knowing where those guys are now, how they went about their business here at NC State, the accomplishments they've made. It was awesome, and I learned so much from those guys, and I'm so grateful for that.
When you got hurt, did you know right away it was bad?
Yeah,
Or did you have
honestly,
hope?
I did, just because I felt it in my knee, like I felt
It was
pops,
instant.
and I just knew I knew that wasn't right, because I mean I would consider myself pretty tough, and that was something different. I knew it was different, and then it swelled up probably 10 minutes after. I mean, my knee was pretty big, so I knew something wasn't right.
Who did you kind of lean on for advice or guidance?
Really, my dad, he's had ACL surgeries. I leaned on Zay, Peyton, I talked to them a bunch, and Drake. They've all had ACLs as well. I mean,
Drake did too?
Yeah, Drake had one last year. So
in the NFL.
Yeah. So, and Peyton's had a few, Zay's had a few. So I just really leaned into those guys. I mean, they've been through it too. I mean, I'm not the only guy, so I can't feel sorry for myself. It's part of the game. So really having them in my corner was huge.
Thank you.
What's something we're not talking about the NC State defense for 2025?
Well, that's a good question. I would say basically just the tenacity that these guys are ready to play with. We got a lot of young guys who are really out there trying to prove themselves. You know, we got a lot of young transfers who are playing great at smaller level schools, and now they transferred out and came to NC State, which is a bigger school for some of those kids. So I think they're just really coming out trying to prove themselves, you know, get their name out there. And we got a lot of great kids coming in that are at NC State currently, new transfers, and I'm very excited to see them play. So just really the dog mentality that we're going to bring this year to other teams on that field. I think people need to talk about that a little more.
Your quarterback over there, CJ Bailey, how's he looking in practice, and what's it like going against him?
Yeah, I mean, I believe he might be the best in the nation, so I love going against guys like that, especially in practice, and knowing they're on my team, that gives me a good feeling. But he's a freak athlete. I mean, he can run. His arm is so powerful, and I just know the more he gets right up here, the better that's so much better he's going to get, because he's got all the physical intangibles already. He's taking that next step, and I've already seen him do it, so I can't wait to see what he does this year.
Caden, who are some underrated guys coming into this year that we might not know about, but that y'all have seen throughout the season?
I would say Jamal, one of our safeties, JJ, Trevally Price, AJ Richardson, all the transfers, Kean Sebastian, Sean. I mean, I know he gets talked about a lot, but I think we've got a lot of young guys, especially that are going to surprise a lot of people this year. New guys that probably haven't seen them field too much, but I know they're ready to play from the work they put in this offseason.
Yeah, obviously NC State, Carolina's big no matter what, but does it ratchet up with Bill Belichick on that other sideline?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about it everywhere around, and I mean, you got to pay respect where respect due. I mean, the dude's done it at the highest level. He's had success there, so seeing that come to the ACC is pretty cool for the conference. But overall, I mean, it don't change nothing at NC State. We still want to beat them guys every time, so we gonna do it.
What was your reaction when you saw that in December?
I saw it on Twitter and I thought it was fake. I was like, no way. But then after finding out, it was real. I mean, I was kind of surprised, to be honest, but I mean, it's good for them. It ain't, like I said, it ain't gonna change nothing over here.
Yeah. What's different about this group going into this season compared to last year?
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys, we're coachable. There's a coachable team. A lot of the guys, they've seen how things were done before they got here. A lot of the guys have seen how NC State's been in the past and what we expect out of our team. So I just think being coachable, a lot of young guys are eager to learn from the older guys especially, which is something we haven't really had in the past. But I just think the coachability and knowing that you're not always right. There's other answers to things. So I think that's huge, and it'll help us a lot.
There's a lot of
This can't be a top-tier defense.
Yeah, it will. It will be 100%. I don't doubt that at all. I mean, even we got the tools, we got everything we need. There's no excuses at this point. We got to go put it out on the field, and the only way to see it is put it on film. That's what we say. You got to do it on the field and make plays. And I believe we will be a top-tier defense like it was a little while ago, and we're gonna get it back to where it needs to be.
Football obviously is a sport of attrition. Do you have the depth if those injuries?
Yeah, that's one of the big things too with all the transfer guys we've gotten in. The depth is endless, especially in the linebacker room. DBs, we got guys that can go 2-3 deep, for sure that I rely on and respect the play instantly. If someone goes down, we got it written everywhere, next man up. So like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready is what we preach. You know, we got a lot of young guys on the team, new transfers, and we just kind of showed them the ropes of how things are done, and I believe everyone's ready to play and our depth is good.
What brand of football do you want the defense to play? What do you want the style to be?
I just want it to be hard-nosed, tough football. You know, I want people to know you're coming to play NC State. It's going to be a battle. You better have your chin strap buckled because, hey, we going to come. We're going to hit you no matter what. We don't care who you are. We're going to play fast football, and it's going to be physical.
What's your favorite thing about Coach Elliott?
His humor. He's a different character. I mean, he's been a football coach all his life, so his jokes sometimes, they're funny in the sense that he thinks they're funny, but they might not be funny to us, but we all laugh and it makes it funny. So it's just like his humor and then just his character. He's a great guy. The way he loves the game and goes about it every day, I love that about Coach. So.
Is there one game that stands out any more than the rest on the schedule that you're looking forward to?
Not necessarily. I mean, I kind of treat them all the same. I want to beat everyone. Obviously, UNC is always circled on my schedule, and then I want to go to South Bend and whoop up on the Irish this year, so I want to get that done.
Of those three other schools in the state, is the UNC rivalry the strongest to you? Is that the one that you?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure. I mean, UNC has always been the biggest rivalry since I've been here, and I mean, we've been blessed to beat them every year I've been here to play them, so I look to continue to do that. But yeah, it's for sure probably the biggest in state.
There's a lot of expectations that come with playing linebacker at NC State, especially with the recent history. How have you navigated that expectations, the pressure with being yourself and playing like Caden Fordham?
Yeah. No, linebacker is, we always say it's the quarterback of the defense. The mic has to be the mic, you know. I got to be able to control. I got to know the defense like the back of my hand in order to get the guys lined up, make checks, communicate to make sure the other players are confident in me because, I mean, me and Sean and the linebackers, we got to lead. We got to control the defense and make sure things are right. So it's a lot of pressure, but, you know, that's what we're built for. I mean, you got to be able to thrive under pressure. So.
How have you and the rest of the defense, have you guys bonded outside of football over the offseason?
Yeah, it's been a great offseason. I mean, especially with all the new players. We've done, me, Cleve, Sean, we've been doing a lot of fishing recently. We've done a couple fishing trips, so that's been a lot of fun. We went to a water park, and then we've had a couple of leadership retreats with Mike, this guy Coach Doran brought in for us. So it's been great, you know, just kind of getting outside of the building. You know, we're in there so much, just getting away and kind of seeing the character of guys and getting into different hobbies with each other. It's been a lot of fun.
Where do you guys go fishing?
I can't give away my secret spot. We go. I've been to Jordan Lake a few times, and there's ponds around Raleigh, so just secret areas I hold.
What does Coach Ruff just mean to you?
Oh, Coach Ruff he's the best, man. He's helped me so much. Just grow as a man, like away from football. Just anything I want to talk to in the Murph. I go to Coach Ruff. Any advice I need, he's done everything. He's seen everything, so he's such a wise man. Just everything that I think I have questions about, I'll go to him and run it over by him beforehand, just because I know his advice is always worth hearing as being known. So Coach Ruff is really someone solid in my life that I count on.
How helpful is that to have a guy in the building that you can go to?
No, it's huge, especially, I mean, I haven't been anywhere else, but I know a lot of places probably don't have someone like that where someone can just go open up and vent about what's going on, even if it's not good. I mean, Coach Ruff is for the players too. Like, he's someone that players feel comfortable going to and speaking about hard stuff too. So like having that is huge for a lot of us because I mean the mental aspect of the game is something that goes unseen. Kind of like guys do have mental problems that they go through during the season if they're not playing well or whatever, injuries, things of that nature. So having someone like that is a huge help.
What's it like seeing him on the golf cart on the practice field?
It's awesome. Every time I go out there, I dap him up and say I love him before every practice. So that's my guy. I love seeing him out there because he's always watching everything. It might not look like it, but he goes in that room in his office and watches the whole practice. He'll tell me everything he sees. So it's awesome to have someone like that.
Appreciate you.
And then I wanted to ask you, Coach, go back to Coach Elliott, the comedian. Just how much does that help in the grind of practice or whatever, you get to stay loose a little bit, both mentally and physically, just be able to kind of keep the vibes up.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, especially at some points during camp and season. I mean, days get long, you know. Even though we love the game, it still gets tiring sometimes. So being able to kind of separate, you know, the seriousness and have a little fun outside of football is huge. I think it's a way to build confidence, build trust, build friendships with your coaches, you know. And at the end of the day, you're always going to play harder for someone you love. So just making sure that we continue to do those things, and I believe it'll help us in the long run.
Does he have a favorite joke or favorite punchline that he kind of goes to?
Not yet. He ain't got a favorite one, but he does have a lot of jokes, but not a certain one yet I got for him to label him by. I'll get one for you though soon.
All right.
Any young guys you've seen grow as a leader so far this offseason?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Duke Scott. Just watching how hard he works. I know he's a running back, but he's done some really good things this offseason, just as far as his body and being ready to play, because we're going to count on him this year. So I've been very impressed with him. Colby Cronk, he's another Florida guy. He's came in, worked his tail off. AJ Richardson, I know we spoke about him. He's stepped in first day. I could tell he had a chip on his shoulder to be a leader and a true linebacker, and he fits the NC State mold. So I'm very excited to see him. And then Jamal, one of our DBs, he's done some great things as well. He's not as outspoken, but you know, when he speaks, it matters. Like, his words matter. So I'm very excited to see him as well.
Because you guys defensively, it's been a little bit bumpier since Peyton left. You know, what does it take to kind of get things together in a way that, you know, you guys can play sort of at a standard that was like that before?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. It's always hard to replace a player like him. I don't know if you can do it, but I mean, me and Sean are gonna do our best. I mean, we owe it to this school, to Peyton, Drake, Zay, all the guys before us, to come out and perform every week, because that's what they left us with. That's the standard. That's what people see when they think about NC State defense. So we cannot let that fall off. And this year we're going to come out and do our thing and bring that standard back to NC State defense.
Is there a certain area you think this defense has maybe made a step or is poised to make a good step forward from last year?
Yeah, I just think a couple times last year when we faced a little bit of adversity, sometimes we kind of let it roll on longer than it should in situations, you know. And I just think this year when we start to get those moments, I think guys are going to be locked in to know that we're still good. We're in this. We're not going to let anything else slide. So I think just having that mentality as we go into the season will be huge for us.
Speaking of Drake and Peyton, how often are you in contact with those guys? You know, do you still catch up from time to time?
Yeah, I talk to those guys all the time. I mean, they were back this offseason. We played some golf and hung out. But no, those are my guys. They'll be my guys for the rest of my life. So I talk to them all the time. And then them being in the league now, I try to pick their brains still. Like, even I was like, y'all ain't getting away from me yet. We still got some talking to do. So I talk to them all the time, just see how they're doing, checking in on them. So. Yeah, those are my dudes.
Who's the best golfer in that group?
Oh, me, 100%.
Oh, yeah?
Drake's getting better. Peyton's terrible.
How are you?
I will say that's one sport he's not good at is golf.
How are you?
I'm decent. I'm not going to lie. I'll shoot probably in the 80s, sometimes maybe the 70s. But I grew up playing a good bit of golf. Being from Florida, there's a bunch of courses around there. So I grew up with my buddies playing all the time. Now, I ain't great, but I'll have some good days. So, yeah.
As a guy that's been kind of on both sides, the young guy, the understudy under Zay and Peyton and Dre, and now you're in that leadership role. Now you're on the veteran side of things. As a guy coming from, now that you've been in the shoes of those young guys before, how does that help you be a leader and really communicate with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I always say is I love someone who tells me the truth, you know, and that's what those guys did to you, or did to me. They would tell me what I was doing wrong and what I needed to pick it up on, and they weren't easy on me. So I just think that helped me a lot to see how to lead, how to go about it. Certain guys you got to lead differently. You can't lead everyone the same way. So just seeing that helped me a ton, you know, seeing what a true leader's like, how they carry themselves every day, how you speak to people, how you go about your business off the field. It was huge, and it helped me a ton as I progressed into this position.
What's an area of your game that you worked on this offseason that helped make this season even better?
Yeah, I've really been studying my coverage, man-to-man coverage specifically. That's one thing I want to get better at. I wasn't put in too many situations last year at man coverage, but I feel like that's kind of one of my weaker spots in my game. And then just open field stuff, that's always huge for us linebackers. You know, getting the open field with those backs, they can be hard to tackle sometimes. So just really focusing in on that, and then obviously, you know, kind of trying to get my knee right exactly 100%. That was one of the biggest things.
So on the offense, are you most excited to go up against on your team in practice?
Cody, I know he got a few of the linebackers during spring ball when he was doing some blocking stuff. So I'm excited to go against him. He's a strong, physical dude, which I like to play like that. So we're gonna get after it. And then Jolie and Hollywood, I want to get after those guys too. There's been a lot of trash talk in the locker room, so I'm ready to get back out there and get after them.
What do you feel is probably the most, not necessarily undervalued, but underrated aspect of your game?
Honestly, I would say my tackling. I feel like last year, I think I missed like one true tackle, but like I just think my tackling has gotten so much better from when I got to NC State, but that's because those guys harped on me so much about it, and I feel like, I mean, to be a great linebacker, you got to get people on the ground. So I feel like that's one of my biggest strongholds to the game that people don't see is I can tackle people.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Good luck this season.
Thank you.
One of Coach Shorn's favorite phrases is complementary football. With the new defense, it's emphasis on putting pressure on the quarterback, and that can generate turnovers. That can put you in better situations to make stops on third down. How much is that going to be? How much are y'all looking forward to looking to improve on that and be able to pass the ball to the offense? They make plays, y'all get back on the field, and you're making plays more consistently and be able to really create those differences in the.
Yeah, it's huge. Complementary football is everything, you know. And I think it's going to be great this year just because, I mean, I'm really believing in our offense. I always have, and I think they're going to do great things. So, you know, they go down and score. We got to get 3 and outs. That's the biggest thing. I'm going to focus on what we do as a defense to help those offensive guys because that's really what we can control is our defensive side of play. So, yeah, that's a big thing for us. Just really focusing on that, making sure we don't make the mistakes of letting people have long drives and then dealing with that whole situation. So I think that'll be huge.
With all the buzz around the offense going into this season, how much does that kind of light a fire under y'all in an iron sharpens iron sort of way? This defense is really good too, and we're all going to be really good.
Yeah, I mean that's typically how it goes. People love to watch offensive players, and I mean that's just what you deal with as a defense. But I mean, I think as we get into this season and people start to see like this defense is back, we're gonna be back to how we were. So I'm very excited for those first couple games just so we can go out there and prove ourselves to the nation.
Coach talked a little bit about AJ Richardson and his addition to the linebacker group. How has he really added something to what y'all already have?
Yeah, no, AJ's been amazing. I love that dude already. He's got a fiery attitude to him, which I love. He comes out, competes every day. He's not afraid to speak his mind, and he's a guy you can count on. He's not going to speak up about something he doesn't do himself, you know. So I can't wait to see him out on the field and practicing because, you know, he didn't do spring ball, so I didn't really get to see much. But just as far as a workout standpoint, he's always up front. He's up in the mornings ready to go, and he's helped me and Sean a lot in the leadership room, just not in the linebacker room, but as a whole defense. So I'm very excited for AJ. I'm proud of him and what he's done, and I can't wait to play with him.
Who are some other guys that might not be on the radar right now that you feel like they can actually make a big contribution this fall?
Yeah, Trevally Price. I think Trevali's going to have a heck of a year. JJ from Georgia State, one of our new safeties. He's kind of a quieter guy, but when he comes to work, and he's a very explosive guy. I believe he's going to be a great safety for us. And then Jamal, one of our corners, he's done a lot of great things. He's also kind of a quiet guy, but he's a freak athlete. He's very smart when it comes to knowing coverages, knowing what the offense is trying to do. So I'm very excited for him as well.